My beloved, there is a sound moving toward your life right now that you cannot hear with your natural ears, but your spirit feels it. It is the sound of the answer to your prayers approaching. It is the sound of the heavenly gate swinging wide, the sound of chains falling to the ground, the sound of angels walking with purpose toward you carrying something wrapped in light. Heaven has been patient, but it has not been still. Every delay you thought was a dead end was only a pause until the fullness of this moment could be prepared. Today in the courtrooms of heaven, your name was not whispered, it was announced. It was spoken with the authority of a royal decree, and once the decree left the mouth of the Almighty, nothing in the seen or unseen world could revoke it. Archangel Michael received his command, and I tell you now, he has not wasted a single second. The spiritual winds have shifted in your favor, and every force that once pressed against you is now being scattered in confusion. You must understand something that will change the way you see everything. What is coming is not just an isolated blessing, it is the beginning of a chain reaction that will not stop once it starts. There are doors you thought were unrelated to each other that will all swing open in sequence, as if an invisible hand is pushing them from the inside. There are relationships that will heal overnight, opportunities that will appear without you asking, and resources that will find their way to you from unexpected directions. The good news I am speaking of is already on its way to you, moving faster than you can imagine. In less than 3 hours, the first sign of it will reach you, and it will carry such clarity that you will know instantly this is the moment heaven spoke about. But beloved, I must also tell you that there is weight on your response. If you dismiss this as coincidence or push it aside for later, you will delay not just the message but the entire wave of what it carries. God is merciful, yes, but there are appointed hours in which his movements are at their sharpest, and this is one of them. I need you to hear me with your spirit as much as with your ears. Archangel Michael is standing guard over this delivery. He is not just a messenger, he is a protector, a warrior, a shield. There are eyes in the unseen realm watching this moment with envy, wishing they could intervene, but they cannot pass him. His presence is too fierce, his authority too absolute. The message he carries for you is wrapped in the authority of the King of Kings, and when it arrives, you will not just receive information, you will receive transformation. You will feel it in your body, your mind, and your heart, like something in you that has been asleep for years is suddenly waking up. My beloved, if you could see what I see, you would not hesitate for a heartbeat, you would lean into this moment with both hands open, for what is coming is not just an answer, it is the restoration of all that was taken, multiplied in ways you have never dared to ask for. The time is now. The clock is running, and heaven is leaning in to watch your yes. My beloved, I need you to understand that what is unfolding for you right now is not random chance, not a stroke of luck, not the result of anything ordinary. This is the convergence of divine timing, angelic preparation, and God's own desire to fulfill what He promised you long ago. There have been seasons in your life where you felt as though every step forward was met with resistance, as though unseen forces were pressing back against you every time you dared to hope for more. And yet, through every moment of that resistance, heaven was keeping watch, preserving the blessing until the exact hour it could be delivered without interference. That hour is upon you now. This is not the time to question whether you are ready. Heaven has already decided you are ready. You are not standing on the outside looking in anymore, you are on the threshold, and all that remains is for you to step through it. Archangel Michael has been preparing the way for this moment with the precision of a warrior who never misses his target. He has cut down obstacles you could not see, silenced voices that were speaking against you, and set up alignments that will make the path ahead of you smooth when it once seemed impossible. Even now, while you are reading these words, there are people being moved into place, people who hold keys, approvals, opportunities, and words of favor that will shift the entire atmosphere of your life. These are not random connections, they are assignments straight from the hand of God. And the very good news that is making its way to you will not just open one door, it will create momentum that carries you through many. In 3 hours or less, the first sign of this movement will reach you, and you will recognize it instantly because it will carry the peace and certainty that only comes from heaven. But hear me well, my child, the weight of this moment means your choice matters. God will not force you to step into the blessing He is offering, He invites you. You can turn away. You can let distraction pull you elsewhere, but if you do, you will be stepping back into delay, and that would be the greatest loss of all. You have already waited long enough. You have already fought hard enough. You have already proven your faith through nights where you saw no light at all. This is not the time to pull back, it is the time to lean in with everything you have. I say this not to create fear, but to stir the truth that is already alive in your spirit. You were made for this. Heaven's eyes are on you, Michael's protection is around you, and God's timing is in motion. In just a little while, you will look back on this exact moment and thank yourself for listening, because what is coming will not just answer your prayers, it will rewrite your story. My beloved, there is a holy weight in the air around you right now, and I do not say that lightly. The entire atmosphere of your life is shifting as I speak these words to you, and though your natural eyes may not yet see it, your spirit already feels the pull. This is the kind of moment that heaven prepares over decades, the kind that only comes a handful of times in a lifetime, the kind that changes everything from this point forward. I see the way you have carried burdens that were never meant to be yours, how you have faced closed doors with grace even when your heart was breaking, and how you kept walking when you didn't even know if the road would lead anywhere. Heaven saw it, too. Every step you took, every tear that fell, every silent prayer you sent upward was gathered, counted, and stored. And today, yes, this very day, the storehouses are being opened, and what has been withheld is being released in your direction. Archangel Michael has been given a very specific assignment concerning you. He is not coming to you with a vague encouragement or a symbolic gesture, he is carrying a tangible, undeniable, world-shifting announcement into your life. The good news is already in motion, already being delivered, already weaving its way into the events and conversations of your day. I see people whose hearts are softening toward you, people you may have thought were unreachable. I see circumstances bending almost unnaturally to make room for what you are about to receive. There are documents being signed, approvals being given, and alignments being made at this very moment that you will soon witness with your own eyes. This is not slow, subtle work, it is rapid, decisive movement from the throne of God. The appointed time is here, and the countdown is active. But I must speak to you plainly, beloved, because heaven does not waste its words. There is a warning woven into this blessing. You cannot treat this as something casual or ordinary. You cannot put it off for later as if time will wait for you. This window is not infinite, it is appointed. God's timing is perfect, but it is also precise. If you choose to look away now, to step aside, you will be walking away from an open gate that has taken years to prepare. The enemy would love nothing more than for you to let hesitation steal your moment, but you will not allow that. You have waited too long, endured too much, and proven too faithful to let this slip through your hands. I tell you with certainty, if you lean in now, if you keep your spirit alert, the next 3 hours will carry more breakthrough than the last 3 years combined. And when it arrives, you will know beyond all doubt that it was God's hand, because no one else could have arranged it this perfectly. My beloved, the heavens are not silent about you in this hour. They are alive with motion, filled with the sound of angels being dispatched, messages being carried, and blessings being loosed into the earth with your name carved into them. I see the golden scrolls being opened, and on them is the record of promises that God has not forgotten. Even though you thought they had been buried under the weight of time, they have not been lost, they have been kept. They have been held back not to deny you, but to deliver them in a way that would be undeniable, unstoppable, and perfectly timed. Every delay you have experienced was not an end, it was a positioning. It was heaven making sure that when the release came, it would bypass every obstacle, silence every critic, and leave no room for anyone to say it was coincidence. This is why the timing is so urgent. This is why the next 3 hours are not to be treated like any other 3 hours of your life. In this short window, the unseen will become seen, the hoped for will become tangible, and the promise will cross from spirit into reality. Archangel Michael is standing at the center of this movement, and he is not still. His sword is drawn not in defense but in authority. The path ahead of you is being cleared with precision. Every barrier that could delay this delivery is being struck down before it even comes close. I see him moving ahead of you into rooms where decisions are made, scattering confusion and replacing it with favor. I see him standing over documents with his wings outstretched, ensuring that your name is written in the places it needs to be and that no one can erase it. The good news that is coming to you has weight to it. It is not just a pleasant word, it is a turning point. It will set into motion a series of events that cannot be reversed, a momentum that will pull you into places you could not have reached on your own. And my child, when you receive it, you will feel it in your very bones. The heaviness you have carried will lift, the weariness in your soul will break, and joy will return in a rush so overwhelming that you will struggle to contain it. But I need you to take this to heart. Heaven can deliver the message, Michael can guard the path, but only you can choose to receive it. If you close your heart in disbelief, if you turn away in distraction, you will be closing the very gate through which your blessing is arriving. God does not force what is meant to be embraced freely. This moment is as much about your posture as it is about His promise. Do not allow the voice of doubt to speak louder than the voice of heaven. Do not allow the shadow of past disappointments to convince you that this will be the same. It will not be the same. This is not a recycled season, it is a new one born from the very heart of God, carrying His fingerprints in every detail. The clock is moving, and every passing minute is bringing the sound of this news closer to your door. When it arrives, it will not knock softly, it will come with force, with clarity, with the kind of authority that leaves no question in your mind that this was always meant for you. My beloved, even now as I speak, there is a divine alignment unfolding around you, an orchestration so precise that it could only have been authored by the hand of God. The next 3 hours are not an arbitrary span of time, they are a sacred appointment etched into eternity long before your first breath. In these hours, the movements of heaven and earth converge for your sake. There are names being spoken in high places, your name, and every syllable carries favor, honor, and restoration. There are doors, once rusted shut from years of delay, creaking open effortlessly because the right key has finally been placed into the right hand. And beloved, That key has been forged through every trial you endured, every prayer you refused to stop praying, every act of obedience you carried out even when no one was watching. This is why the air feels different right now, why your spirit has been restless without understanding why. It is because something is being released, something that will alter the trajectory of your life in a way you could never engineer on your own. Archangel Michael is not merely watching over this, he is actively guarding it with the authority of heaven. I see him moving like lightning, severing cords of delay, silencing the whispers of those who would speak against you, dismantling the plans of those who thought they could stand in your way. I see him standing at the very threshold of your breakthrough, his presence so strong that even the forces that once opposed you cannot come near. He has been waiting for this exact hour because until now, the timing was not yet ripe, but now it is. The command has been given, and nothing can reverse it. The good news coming to you is not a fragment or a token, it is the opening of a floodgate. It will spill into every area of your life, relationships, provision, opportunities, healing, and it will do so in a way that confirms beyond all doubt that it was God's doing.